All right, how about now? Let's see. How about now? Anybody else? Can anybody hear me? Okay, can anybody hear me now? How about now? Yay! There we go. Sorry, it takes a little bit to reboot it. Hi everyone, I'm Cierra Runge, and this is Fitter and Faster Fuel. We got a good one on the docket today. We're doing a homemade granola parfait. And I did this the other night, and I loved it. It was my first time ever making granola, and I kind of played around with some recipes, so hopefully you guys like this. It is a cinnamon vanilla granola, and you have some options to do it. Do some add-ins if you want to do some add-ins. So that's what's on the docket. That's what we're doing. Two announcements, though. We have two things that I'm going to announce at the end of this live online course. One lucky winner is going to be winning a Arena Carbon Pro, I believe, racing suit. So I will choose from everybody that is, so you guys are getting a Powerskin Carbon Glide, which is awesome. Those are really fun and really good suits. So stay on the end, and then I'll choose from people in the chat box. Towards the end, I'll have you guys spam me, and we'll do that. Other thing is that we have our 3 gift card winners that I'm also going to announce at the end of this course. So that being said, stick around. We're going to be doing some parfaits. 1, 2, you get a suit. 3, you also might get a gift card, depending on who the winners are. So stick around, and we'll do that. All right. So we're going to do a roadmap for today. I'll walk you through some of the ingredients, why they're good for your body and fueling and all that good stuff. We'll make it, put it together our parfait, do some Q&A, and then announce some winners. How does that sound, everybody? It should be uploaded. People asking for the recipe. It should be uploading now. And if it isn't uploaded by the end of this session, it'll be on the Fitter and Faster Instagram page. But I will work on that right now real quick. So it should be downloading. Hopefully by the end of it, my Wi-Fi likes me and it'll get it done. All right, so walk through some of the ingredients we got. First thing, major thing, oatmeal. And you guys might see some reoccurring things in my recipes, and these are probably a good thing to, have in your diet fairly regularly, because they are all kind of the swimmer fueling foods that we're working through. And they're in a lot of my recipes, and they're really high fuel, high nutrition, good stuff. So you may have noticed I've used oatmeal a couple of times. So oatmeal is really good for you guys. It is a complex carb. And so what that means is that it takes a while for your body to break it down, which means that you get a long amount of energy. So your body breaks it down, and it'll, instead of going up and crashing like a sugar crash, has anybody had a really big sugar crash? This allows you to have a long-lasting fuel, and it's good protein for you guys. Next ingredient that we have is, if you guys are allergic to nuts, don't put nuts in this recipe, but nuts are really good if you add them in. They're good protein. They're anti-inflammatory. So that means that it'll help your muscles and your body take down all that aches and pains that you get post-practice, which is really helpful for what we do because it's a lot of work and you get beat up. Next ingredient is honey. Keeps it sweet, provides energy to fuel the body. It's a sugar, so it's giving you some fuel. It's awesome, good stuff. We also have Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is good protein, good for your stomach and your protein in your guts. It's got nice probiotics in it, which helps your stomach and your digestion, which is really helpful. And what I want you guys to do is when you're working through and going to the grocery store and looking for Greek yogurt, try to look for the lowest amount of added sugar, because you'll find that foods have, and you'll find that on the nutrition label, and look for total sugars. But you'll find that some Greek yogurts and yogurts sneak in a lot of sugar in there. Next up, got our fruits. So fruits, especially berries, are good for, they're like nuts, and they're anti-inflammatory, which means, again, that they are helping your body, going in your body, and taking down the soreness and the aches and pains. So your body uses that to take down the inflammation, take down the soreness and the achiness in your body. Gabriella, you can use a combination of nuts. Greek yogurt, Jacob, is a little bit higher in protein and can be found with less sugar. And I just like it more because it's more, the consistency is thicker, and I like a thicker yogurt. And it's, like I said, protein, and it's got the probiotics in it, like normal yogurt. Last thing, I like to put it in it because it tasted kind of like a Rice Krispie treat, and it adds a lot of nutrition to it. Quinoa. So this is dry quinoa in here. And quinoa is good for, I almost just pronounced it quinoa, so that's not right. Quinoa is good protein and fiber for your body, and then adds an extra little texture to your granola. But it helps the protein that you guys are getting out of this is you're getting protein, which is building and maintaining your muscle mass. So when you break down your muscles, when you're working really hard and pushing really hard, this will help maintain and build them back. So that's pretty much it in this. My vegans out there, this is vegan if you take out the honey and substitute it for maple syrup. And for your yogurt, they have cashew yogurt, I found, and they have coconut milk yogurt as well. So just look for your vegan options, and you can substitute out from there. So let's see. Oh, hold on. So it should be, I just shared the recipe for you guys, so it should be sharing. So there you go. For those of you asking, there it is. And we'll also put it up on Fitter and Faster later today for you guys. All right. So let's get cooking. All right. And this is a really easy, really nice, fairly simple recipe for you guys just to make your own granola, which is awesome. So what I want you guys to do is you're going to get a saucepan, little pot, get a pot on the stove. You're going to put it on about low to a medium heat, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be melting coconut oil, which is a saturated fat, and is pretty equivalent to butter, but it just helps spread the honey out so that it doesn't just like goo together, so you don't just have one big wad of granola. And it'll help the honey, and then it kind of makes everything stick together so that you get those nice chunks. So we'll get started with that. So you guys can kind of see my little setup here. So what we're going to do is, when this is a little heated up, we're going to put in my coconut oil, which is a little melted because I live in Arizona and it's very hot here today. So that's a little melty already. So that is a 1/4 cup of coconut oil. And then when this gets coconut oil, because it's white when it's colder, you guys can see it's got that white. You want to make sure this is clear before you add in your honey. And it doesn't take a lot to heat it up. It's got a really, really low melting point. So that'll mean that it heats up really quick and doesn't go as white. Next step is, once this is all nice and clear, got a couple little chunks in there. I'm going to give it a good stir just to break up the bigger chunks of the coconut oil. So once that's all clear, you guys can see that got clear really quick. So once that's clear, we're going to add in our honey. And this is a 1/3 cup of honey. So get a little squeegee And I listed the tools for you guys so that you guys should be able to have the tools. I didn't mention the mixing, like the spatulas and stuff, but you guys can use a spoon. You can use one of these guys, which is really helpful. And what we're going to do, we're going to grab a whisk. I have my little mini whisk because it's my favorite. And we're just going to whisk together the honey and the coconut oil so that it's completely mixed together. So you want to have everything kind of together, and it'll mix together more the more you heat it up. Another option for this, if you don't want to do it stovetop, you can put it in the microwave. Put it in a microwave-safe bowl. Microwave it. Microwave your oil. Stick the honey in. Microwave it again, and then mix it all together. You just want it warm and hot. So we're going to put that in, and then the next step is we're going to do 1 tablespoon of vanilla. And these are all of our wet ingredients that are going in here. So anything that's liquidy is going to go in the pot. So 1 tablespoon of vanilla. I made this the other day, and I said to myself, I was like, wow, it smells like the Pillsbury Doughboy's house in here because the vanilla, just like as soon as you put it in with the vanilla and the cinnamon, it like smells like you're in a bakery. It smells so good. And then when it's baking, it does the same thing, and it's so good. So vanilla goes in here. So you guys can see how it's kind of this brown liquid now. So we're going to keep that on the stove, whisk it all together, make sure it's nice and warm and toasty. And in the meantime, we're going to put together our actual granola mix. So in a bowl, I want you guys to put, this is 2 1/4 cup of oatmeal. I got old-fashioned oats, but you can use quick oats. You can use steel cut. That might be a little bit crunchier, and it's really dependent on if you like it like super crunchy or like mildly crunchy. So 2 1/4 cup of our oatmeal. I've got a 1/4 cup of quinoa that we're going to throw in there. I'm going to add, because I like it, I'm going to add dried cranberries. It adds a little bit of a chew, and they just taste really good in this. It's almost like a trail mix granola too that you can do. And this is an add-in. So if you don't like cranberries, you don't want cranberries, you don't have to have them in there. I just like them. And I like to look for the 50% or more less sugar option of these, because you'll see it at the top. Because they sneak sugar in these to make them taste better sometimes. So just keep an eye out for that. Look for less sugar, less added sugar. All right, so next thing, we got our cinnamon. And so we're going to be doing a teaspoon of cinnamon. Nice, you got to fit it in the right way. So a nice teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm also going to be adding some coconut flakes, just again for flavor and texture, and I just like coconut. So I'm just going to be sprinkling as much as you really want of the coconut in there. And this is kind of, it looks almost like trail mix. It really does. So next step, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to add cashews to mine as my nut. You can use almonds, you can use walnuts, you can use no nuts at all. This just the nuts add, again, that protein and the healthy fats help with the inflammation of your muscles. So you can add them, and they're super healthy if you're not allergic. I recommend adding them. If you are allergic, stay away from them because we don't want you having a reaction. So I have, these are halves of cashews, and I'm going to take a quick chop to them just so that you're not gnawing down on a big old cashew. So I just like to take a handful of nuts, and I just chop through them so that they're finer pieces. You're not going hard on them. You're just giving them to where if you took a bite of your granola, you'd get, your cranberry, your coconut, your oatmeal, all this good stuff. You'll get all of that with some pieces of cashew in it. And this is about, I'd say roughly right now, I have about a half a cup on here. You can go all the way to a cup. You can go all the way down to a 1/4 cup. You can do none at all. But again, it adds that nutrition to it, that added boost that you'll get if you have them in here. So you guys can see it's just a rough chop. So it's not super fine, but they're relatively small pieces so that if you take a bite, it's not just like full-blown cashew. So we're going to add that, all that in, all that good stuff. And we're just going to take this spoon and we're just going to mix it together. Another option that you guys can add is chia seeds. That adds another texture thing to it, and it adds protein. It adds good fats and fiber into your diet, so that'll add a lot to it as well, health-wise and flavor-wise, or texture-wise, not flavor, because they don't really have flavor. If you've had them before, you know what I mean. They're not, you don't really have a taste. They're more like a Rice Krispie. So that's all mixed together. We're going to give our wet ingredients. We're going to give that a little stir. You want to be careful that you don't leave it too long, and if you do, have it on really low heat because you don't want the honey to burn. So that smells, it smells so good. It smells like the Pillsbury Doughboy's house. All right, so what we're going to do, turn that off. We're going to add our wet ingredients to our dry ingredients. And it'll be super liquidy. And then you're just going to give it all a toss so that everything has a wet look to it. So that all the wet ingredients are mixed in all the way with your dry mixture. All right, so that's all mixed. You guys can see how it almost looks like oatmeal. It's got kind of that, it looks like it's all covered. All the flavors and ingredients are all mixed together so that it's all got a bite of each. Mix it all together. Looks like trail mix almost, right? So next step. So I have my oven at 300. You're going to do 300, preheat it. And then it's going to cook for about 20 to 30 minutes. I have my cookie sheet. If you want to line it with parchment paper, it'll help it break up and not stick to this. This is a non-stick cookie sheet, so I'm not going to have to worry about that. But if you have one that's maybe not non-stick, add some parchment paper to this, and it'll help it just break up and crumble nicely. So we're going to take our mixture. We're going to grab all this stuff, put it on the cookie sheet. Oh, that looks so good. I'm so excited. And then you're going to spread it into a nice thin layer. So you don't want it to be just one heaping pile because then it doesn't get nice and crunchy. So nice thin layer. This is good, guys, for a snack. This is good for post-practice, a dessert. I did this for dessert the other night because the Greek yogurt plus the berries plus the granola really was really good, actually, because it was almost like you were eating ice cream, and then the berries added like a topping, and then this was like another added crunch. So it was very good. So you can do this as a snack, as a breakfast, as a dessert. It's pretty much up to you guys, and it's not terrible on added sugar, so you don't have to feel, bad about it. It's not like eating a piece of cake, which if you want a piece of cake, go for it, but this is a better, healthier option to that. And it's a better, healthier option than normal ice cream. Or you can go to Fitter and Faster and find the saved nice cream that we did the other week, which is also a great alternative to a dessert. So this is nice and spread out. You guys can see it's a nice thin layer. And that's going to go in the oven for 20 to 30 minutes. And what you guys want to look for is you want to look for brown, toasty, like outside. So it's going to have a nice brown color. It's going to look like granola. So what you think of typical granola, that's what it should look like. And it'll bake. And then when it bakes, you guys are going to let it cool for like 30 minutes to an hour, which is like the worst because you want to eat it right away. But you want to let it cool because then it'll all harden. And then that's when it breaks up and crumbles. And that's like the best part. So I have here a little TV magic. I've got my already made granola. So that's what you're looking for, is like, look at that chunk. Look at that. So good. So good. So good. All right. We're going to assemble our parfait now. Greta, you can freeze Greek yogurt. It just has the tendency to crystallize, so it's got an icy flavor instead of like a nice creamy texture. Alyssa, it is absolutely worth the wait. It's so good. And Anissa, this is a great meal for breakfast and before swim meet because of all that fueling, and it's giving your body that nice amount of protein, healthy fats, carbs, for sugars, nice energy boosting things. So what I have for my Greek yogurt is you can use any flavored Greek yogurt. Just watch the sugar. Look at the sugar. Look at the nutrition facts. I usually get plain Greek yogurt, and then I add honey to it because my plain Greek yogurt, I use it for a lot of different things. I use it for, if I'm having tacos, I'll put it as my sour cream because then I get that protein hit instead of just having sour cream. But I like to add honey to mine, so then I'm not getting an entire wallop of sugar. I'm getting the natural sugar and some honey, and I kind of modify, and then I know how much sugar is going into it. So what I'm going to do for you guys today is I have a little plastic cup that I'm going to do so that we can see the layers, because like that's one of my favorite parts about a parfait is seeing the layers. But you guys can do this in a bowl. You guys can do, a cup if you guys just have a cup. Anissa, this is in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes. And the recipe is down in the file below. And it has all of the steps and all of the good nutrition facts about this kind of dish and granola dish parfait thing. So I'm going to start building mine. So I'll show you kind of how I like to do mine. I'm going to start off with my Greek yogurt, which has my honey already mixed in. I'm going to do it's down the side. I'm going to put my Greek yogurt first. And I do a little base layer. Do that. Get a good bit in there. And then I'm going to put some of my homemade granola. I'm going to get some good chunks in there too. So my homemade granola is going in. Get it so you don't get the... And I put in this one, I have quinoa, coconut flakes, my cashews, my chia seeds, and my dried cranberries are all in this one that I made last night. And this stores really well, guys. This, if you just put it in an airtight container, I put mine in my fridge. It'll do about probably a week or two, maybe longer if you like put it in the fridge. But it, you can put it in baggies. You can put it in the thing. It's granola, so it shouldn't go bad. It's baked. It's good. Next, I have my strawberries and my raspberries, because those are my favorite two fruits. To put in these, you can put blackberries. You can put blueberries. You could do sliced up banana in there. That'd be good. So I'm going to do a layer of my strawberries. Try to get those nice pretty layers in there that you see like at restaurants and on the Food Network, because why not be fancy? All right. So I got my first 3 layers in there. And now I'm going to add my next 2. Oh, now I'm running out of yogurt. And I have about a cup and a half of Greek yogurt in here. In like what I just made. But you guys can do a cup, depending on how hungry you are. Just try not to go overboard. Here's my final layer. I'm going to do granola, then fruit, I think, for my layer. And then I'll put another layer of granola on top because it's just that good. All right. So another handful of granola going in. Some more fruit. Actually, I want a little bit more layer of granola because you want to see it. Some more fruit in there. Nice, nice. And then we got our raspberries. Look how pretty, guys. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. And there's your parfait. Look at that. Isn't that restaurant quality right there? I'm so excited about this. And the cool part, the best part, I think, about a parfait is the fact that you can dig in, like, all the way down to the bottom. Like, all the way down to the bottom. And get, like, all the layers in there. So I'm gonna try to do it. All right. I'm gonna try to get all the way to the bottom. I'm gonna just go from the top because that's a lot of yogurt and granola. All right, look at that bite. Look at it. Look at it. Look at all the granola in there too. Ah, it's going down. All right. Guys, that's so good. And that granola, it's nice because it's crunchy, but then you get some chew from the cranberries, and then you get some, popping from the quinoa, and you get the freshness from the fruit, creaminess from the Greek yogurt, and it's so good, so very good. So again, this cooks at 300 for 20 to 30 minutes, or until you get this nice. Hold on, let me hold up a chunk so you guys can see. You want to look for this nice golden brown color. That's what you're looking for, is this nice golden brown, because then you know it's going to be crunchy and good. I'm going to eat it. So yeah, that is our parfait with homemade granola, Greek yogurt, and fruit. But this is a really great option, guys, for breakfast, snack, pre-practice, pre-race, pre-meet, post-meet, pretty much any time. And it's very good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do some Q&A. If anybody has any questions, we'll answer through those. And then you guys are already spamming. It's not time yet. We're not doing that yet. Hold on. If you guys have questions first, hold on, guys. We're not doing giveaways yet. We got a couple more minutes before giveaways. So questions first, then we'll do our giveaways. And then I'll announce the gift card winners and all that good stuff. So does anybody have some questions for me? If I can see them. This is so good. You guys need to make this. This is very good. All right, I'll put it down. All right. Matthew, we will get the turkey burger. It should be up on Fitter and Faster. I will double check, but it'll be on fitterandfaster.com on the online things, online clinics. So that you guys can go back and you can watch this. You can go rewatch the turkey burger. You can watch anything that I've made before. Mariah, I am actually I think I'm going to do my own cookbook. So hopefully you guys would be interested in that. But this is something that I really love to do, and I hope you guys enjoy a lot of it. But I am going to work on a cookbook. Nikolai, you can go on Fitter and Faster and find the recipes that they have stored on there. Karina, you made the carrot fries. That's awesome. I'm so glad you liked them. Sydney, you can. It's just a little hard because you want that toasty flavor to come with it. I've seen some where you can add like chocolate chips, dark chocolate chips, but the problem is that they'll melt, and then you just have like a gooey mess. If you are okay with that, go for it. But I would recommend doing dark chocolate if you're going to do that. And then you can add other ingredients. It just tastes better if you toast them a little bit with it all together. Maria, I make them all the time. So these are my favorite recipes that I make fairly regularly. This granola is one that I tried the other week, and I really liked it, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And it's just really good. So, but pretty much everything I make for you guys is what I have on a regular basis that are some of my favorite things that I love to cook. But yes. Jacob, I'm so glad you tried the protein smoothie. That's awesome. Junie, you can put fruit in it. So I put strawberries and raspberries, but you guys can put blackberries, blueberries, pretty much anything you want fruit-wise. I'm not a huge citrus fan in my yogurt parfaits, but you guys can do like mango. Mango would be good. Mango banana. You could do like a tropical version. And yeah, so you can play around with kind of what you like to do with that. Anissa, you can. It depends on your stomach. But if you guys eat this, like, okay, so if you get back from prelims, you have your lunch, you can use this as a lunch or part of your lunch. Have like what you normally eat and then maybe have this or a snack before you go over. It's just really dependent on your stomach, but this is good protein, fuel. It's got your carbs, your good fats, your protein, and your sugars in it. So just, try it out before you go to a meet, though, I'd say. Maybe do it before a practice just so you know how your stomach's going to react to it, okay? Ready. All right, so Greta, you can put cereal in it, but making this granola is really easy and it's really nutritious and you know what's in it, and that's why I like it the most. But you can mess around with kind of different things, but this granola is really good and you should put it in there. All right, so first, before everybody starts spamming, because I know you guys are ready, I'll announce the winners of the gift card. Let me pull it up real quick. So the winners of the gift card are Fit Mom's Guru. So Jessica Stromberg, that's you. Pippi the Hippie, you want a gift card. And Vin, sorry if I say this wrong, Zeiser. Man, my technology is not liking me today. So Matthew Toole is the winner of the suit today. Congrats, Matthew. Somebody will be in touch with you. In regard to tag fitter and faster. And yeah, it's super good, guys, super nutritious and really good stuff. But thank you guys for watching. My name is Cierra Runge, and thank you for watching Fitter and Faster Fuel.